Y'all want a feel-good story? I have a feel-good story to tell you. This man, this deadbeat dad, he went gambling. He won $14,000. And then guess what? Child support snatched that for his baby mama. So this deadbeat dad basically won for his baby mama, and I am here for this story today. Thank you to my homie, the Eyes of a Goddess, for tagging me in this post. All right, so right here it says his name is Mike Treat. It's not Mike Treat, and somebody pulled receipts. But anyways, Mike says, I'm walking away. I'm just done. The casino took the entire 14K I won because my baby filed. I didn't pay her child support directly. I paid the state. F it. Keep everything. Just don't contact me ever again. And I'm totally sure that this woman was not contacting this violent and vile man. Let me show you why. And this is why I am not getting off of Threads. Official quietly becoming pulled receipts off of Michael Jeffrey Johnson. He has a violent long history. Current custody case that was reopened. The state don't just take checks. You owed back child support. Your name is on the Deadbeat Dad registry. Lay off the alcohol and tell the truth. And then she shares the information. How these people find these folks' real names and everything is crazy. But let's look at some of this. So you can see the name that she just said, Michael Jamsa, right? And then we come here. This case had its origin March 27, 2018, when Montgomery County police officers charged Michael Jeffrey Jamsa with second-degree assault, altering evidence, and possession of a controlled substance, cocaine, with the intent to distribute. After Jamsa's arrest, the Montgomery County Police Laboratory examined grams of white powdery substance that had been found at the time of his arrest in the backseat of Jamsa's vehicle. So, you see, this dude is out here being a deadbeat, doing all kind of vile and violent things. You can read the rest of this if you want to. Just know that he is getting precisely what is coming to him. Let's look at some of the comments underneath this. We got a cowboy saying, coming onto social media and announcing you have so much in child support in arrears that a casino can take an entire $14,000 you won just to pay it down is, well, certainly a choice. Just me, Christina says, I can't wait for your child's mother to see that $14,000 hit her direct deposit. Soka Cyrus says, I just know we're going to see that post the way the algorithm works. HR Muffin Stuff says, wait till you get the bill from the IRS for the taxes on the $14,000. And then Of John says, Ryan Day says, this only happens when the state says you owe back child support. Posting you're a deadbeat dad on social media is weird AF. Laughing my butt off. We got Official quietly becoming again, saying, damn man, and this wasn't even a deep dive. Look at this headline. Germantown man charged in slaying. 1987, Michael Jeffrey Johnson. So he been out here being a degenerate for a long time. And just know, he is MAGA. He's sitting up here, a fanboy of Charlie Kirk and defending ICE running down Renee Good. So I am absolutely ecstatic. This is my face here because he deserves it. He deserved to have that money snatched away. And I really do hope that he does have to pay taxes on all of that. Just a few more comments before I move on to the next thread post. Liberated Intro says, getting $14,000 extra during tax season. My God, today. I hope she's living her best life. Sweet Pegger says, right. I bet her mind will be racing. The bills she can finally get ahead on. We got Madeline saying, I didn't know this could happen to deadbeat fathers. This is awesome. And then we got Michelle saying, now, Mike, we all know you were just gambling money you didn't have so that you could get a lucky break and catch up on your child support, right? And look, it worked. You're $14,000 closer to clearing your arrears. You should be celebrating. At home, though, outside is expensive. I absolutely love Threads. I love seeing these Find Out season stories. Thank you for tagging me in. Same homie tagged me into this post, and I'm glad she did. So Crash Hefner says, my coworker always brags about how disciplined he is. Works all day, hits the gym right after, never misses a workout. Always has his meals prepped. Everything in his life runs like clockwork. He talks like it's all mental strength and consistency. I used to wonder how he had more time and energy than everybody else. Then I met his wife at a cookout yesterday that he's never acknowledged before. Quickly, I learned that she's the one cooking his meals, keeping the house clean, handling the errands, managing everything behind the scenes, while he takes credit for being disciplined. Of course, he's consistent. His meals appear, his house cleans itself, his errands evaporate. Funny how some self made men never mention the woman behind the scenes that's making it all possible. I am so glad that Crash acknowledged this. Imagine how far ahead we could all be if we had a wife. That's why Sinful Muffin saying this is hilarious. She says, I'm offering up wife services to women only, lol. But I do require that you sit in the kitchen with me while I cook and yap about the latest thing, lol. Flowers are optional but preferred. Artisanal says, I think I would love to do this as a job. And then Memco Muse says, oh my God, I need to do this. And this is one of the main reasons why I will continue to say that women need to pour into themselves and other women, because imagine how far we could go. Dr. Susan says, this was my ex-husband, one of the main reasons I left. My work at home allowed him to train for triathlons while suggesting I lose weight. Lucy was really upset. You see the face that Lucy was making? And then Dr. Susan says, my actual face. Now, Rhodes Nita says, the rage I just felt, the unmitigated gall. I bet he thought the divorce came out of nowhere, huh? And then Dr. Susan says, he was shocked, despite my many attempts to tell him I was unhappy. Christine says, as a single mother of two in a demanding male-dominated corporate setting, I constantly chanted that I wish I had a wife, as these men bragged about how easy their life was. We got Jules saying, as a single mom for 24 years until I got married to my husband, I worked through 2 bachelors and a master's, raised my son, put him in private school, bought him a house, car, went to the gym, had a social life. If a man can't do that all on his own, what are they even doing? Mia and Tia's mom says, I never understood why some men hate giving their women credit for their elevation. Shouldn't that be something to brag about? It's crazy how those men don't see how much they're winning in life by having a good woman. They don't want to do that because then they can't be a self-made man if they give credit to somebody who's making their life easier. Anna says, so basically the social contract, or what women aren't supposed to say aloud, is she gives labor, loyalty, emotional support, flexibility, sex, domestic work, and life management. And what does she get that's actually guaranteed? Not gold, not loyalty, not even respect. A lot of women are finally realizing the deal was duties plus hope, and hope is not a fair wage. Hazelnet says, I bet he hits the gym after work so his wife has time to get home from her job and prepare dinner. Yay! How great. Sandra says, and then he criticizes her for not being disciplined enough to get to the gym regularly. And then Hazelnet says, oh, I bet you're right. Arrgh. All right, here's Sinful Muffin again. I'm about to show you where I first started following her. Here she is a few days ago saying, my husband used to say, other men like you because they don't have to live with you, which sounds a lot like he doesn't enjoy living with me. Divorce papers served, and then she does the peace sign. Sex Love Pain says, a man will really hate you and still not leave you, and then when you finally decide to leave, he'll act like the divorce came out of nowhere. And to that, she said, mine said he knew it was coming and he wasn't surprised, and then proceeded to get loud and argue, so I walked away. And then the next day she posted, delusional soon-to-be ex-husband started making up rules after he got served, revoked my access to the security cameras I pay the storage fee for, once the dishwasher emptied within 24 hours, once the dryer emptied within 24 hours, I need to be out of bed by 6:30 a.m., then had himself a Pikachu face when I told him I would be moving back in with my parents. But you have a room here. Yeah, in a house with Satan. No, thank you. Some of these dudes really don't like it when you have options. That's the reason why they like to keep you isolated. Please know and understand what some of these women go through. I absolutely love this timeline that Sinful Muffin shared with us. Started therapy in March 2025, so not even a full year ago. She says, stopped doing any housework that benefited my husband in June 2025. Consulted a lawyer October 2025. Separated 6 months in December 2025. Filed for divorce January 2026. Served his divorce papers January 2026. Agreed to a settlement amount February 2026. Court is set for April 2026. Hoping I'll be divorced before the end of June 2026 and hopefully in my new home just after the holidays. I needed to share with you a hopeful story because we need it. Some of these women are doing the work to get out, and somebody is in the midst of it right now, and somebody needs this hopefulness in their life right now. You can have a game plan to get out when you need to get out. You just have to be strategic. But also, this is the reason why having a support system and having your finances together is so clutch. All right, y'all. Hopefully, you enjoyed these threads that I helped thread together for you. Join the conversation. I'm hoping that you are smiling just like I am. Don't forget to like, comment,